I wanted to make a video addressing this Shedeur Sanders controversy because I'm seeing a lot of people, and I'm gonna do a follow up video because I'm seeing a lot of people compare him to the likes of Lamar Jackson, the likes of Angel Reese, for different reasons, and we're gonna get into that on a follow up video. But for this video, I want to say I'm not totally talking down on the fact that there's a somewhat race race based narrative as to why Shedeur Sanders didn't go in the first round, or why GMs are downplaying them, teams aren't interested in them. I'm not downplaying that, but we do have to look at the fact that a lot of black people are saying, well, they don't like the brother because he's confident, he's cocky. Well, yeah, that's a reason. That's a major reason. And people will look and say, well, you had Johnny Manziel, you had Baker Mayfield. Yeah, you did, but Shedeur Sanders is talking about not going to combine. He's talking about him and his dad are talking about not skipping out, not being open to going to certain teams, certain markets. So the arrogance is kind of through the roof with this guy. And so then you'll have people say, well, Eli Manning. Eli Manning did do that. And I'm not disputing that. But we all know there's a difference. We all know those white people, those execs, GMs, owners of the league, owners of the teams in the NFL are not going to let Shedeur and Deion Sanders get away with what Eli Manning did. Simple as that, man. And they own the league. So there's also an aspect of what has this guy done? I saw the Packers took a receiver in the first round and he came out with an iced out chain on. Never seen the guy. I didn't follow NCAA like that. NCAA college football. I didn't follow it like that. I'm pretty much a casual when it comes to that. I look at the bowl games, but I'm not following it like that. So this guy comes out with his chain on, and he's a receiver, and the Packers took him in the first round. That's cool, right? But we've seen Shedeur all year hold up his Rolex, flaunt his chains, talk about his cars, and it almost comes off like he wants to portray an image of a rapper more so than be a dedicated NFL football player. When what I'm saying to some black people that would disagree with me, I'm saying I think the NFL execs are looking at that more so than his race. I think they're looking at the fact that this guy flaunts his money, flaunts his wealth, flaunts his 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 finances more so than he's a great football player. And I think that has impacted his draft stock. Now, in the college, you have NIL. So it's kind of more disrespectful to flaunt your wealth in college because you have guys that are playing on the same team as you, but they don't have access to those NIL deals. Whereas in the NFL, dude, everybody. I'm not gonna say everybody's rich, but everybody's got money in the NFL. Even the lowest salary guys on the bench, they've got money in the NFL. So I think there is a humbling. I think there is a somewhat of a, if you want to call it buck breaking, you can call it that. But I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm saying, yeah, let's tamper this guy down. We He's already flaunting his wealth and his materialistic possessions in college. So yeah, we don't want him to be a first round pick. Let's give him a pay cut, make him a second round pick. And like I said, mind you, this the NFL. Everybody's got access to that, dude. You see the chain Jalen Hurts got, and like I said, the guy who was drafted uh, by the Packers, the receiver, he had on a pretty nice chain. I'm just saying, you have to do more than hold up a iced out Rolex or your Mercedes Benz. I mean your Maybach, whatever it is, man. This is the NFL, and a lot of the flashy type of displays we've seen from players have often come from receivers. We don't often see that at the quarterback position, where they more so want you to be cerebral. And I'm gonna get into the why the comparisons of Lamar Jackson is wrong, but I'm gonna just say this to kind of wrap the video up and put a bow on it. Lamar, even though there was a racial bias with Lamar Jackson, we could all see it. Again, it was more cerebral. It was more, we don't know. This guy should play a receiver. He's more of an athlete. We don't know if he has the IQ. We don't know if he has the brain capacity to, play quarterback in the NFL. And I think the difference is with Lamar is Lamar showed that he was hungry to prove everybody wrong. There was no flash. There were no chains. There was no, you know, I'm not open to this team. Lamar said whatever team picks him was gonna benefit, and whatever teams didn't was gonna regret it. He did all that with no chain around his neck. When you look at Shedeur, it's like, I don't know if you're gonna be committed. I don't know if you're gonna be as hungry, because I'm looking at you now with the chain, the Maybach, the the different materialistic things, and I'm pretty sure a lot of GMs are saying, I don't know if this guy's hungry to show he could play quarterback. He seems to feel he's already done it, and I mean, and some would say done what, because Colorado didn't really, they improved, but they didn't win a national championship. He didn't win the Heisman Trophy, but he comes off like he's already achieved, superstar status, and all because of being the son of who he's the son of.